those are the four problems financial planners solve for. I mean, you could go into, what happens if you die early, but if you die early, that comes in, how do you take care of the next generations? There's a lot. People can throw out problems. Really, there is only about, I say this, I hate to overgeneralize, but there are really only about four financial problems that exist. There is not having enough retirement income. There is not properly planning for your health and your long-term care, like not having enough money where you can actually take care of yourself. There's the problem of taxes. You make so much money that you're paying more than your fair share of taxes to the U.S. government. And then the last piece is, how do you take care of the next generation? Those are the four problems financial planners solve for. I mean, you could go into, what happens if you die early, but if you die early, that comes in, how do you take care of the next generations? There's a lot. People can throw out problems right away. I mean, I could let you guys throw problems at me left and right, and I could put them into one of those four categories. But those are really the four problems that exist: not having enough retirement income, not properly planning for your health or long-term care, your taxes. Taxes are like an R&D standpoint, or just having too much. And then finally, how do you take care of the next generation? All of those encompass also probably, not having enough for retirement means that, if you're in the stock market and it goes down by 20%, well, that's going to bring your income down even further, right? So if you can just get those four problems and make people realize, hey, wait a minute, based off what you got right now, I think maybe you don't have enough saved for retirement. And, let's figure out how we can solve for that. Let's figure out how we can get you more income in retirement. Second piece is, health insurance. That's a long-term care situation. But if you can get people to say, hey, these are things, I solve for on top of tax-free income, tell me what your situation is. And then where you learn there how to solve for those problems is like on the case planning call. You bring somebody's facts to the case planning call, and then you come to the case planning call and just listen, like to other people presenting people's solution and then problems. Now, how do you get people to solve for them, right? You just got to say, listen, based off of, that's on the second call, the solution call. Hey, based off of my analysis of what you have done, what you have in place, I think that you need to reposition some of your assets. So, because if the market goes down a lot, then you would lose retirement income. And don't you see that's a problem? Or number two, your retirement is totally dependent on your Social Security and your spouse's Social Security. But what happens if one of you passes away early? Well, that's a problem, right? And we got to solve for it. I see that, you have $4 million saved in an IRA. And most people's like, well, hell, that's not a problem. Well, hell, it is a problem, because $1.5 million of that, or $2 million of that's the IRS. And every dollar that grows, 50 cents goes to the government. Go. Well, that's a big problem, right? Where your growth is not all yours, it's the government's. Okay, well, let's try to solve for at least part of that problem now. Are you up for that? Well, good. All right. So remember, those four things, those are basically the four problems out there. And those four problems out there, you just get people to realize, yeah, I haven't thought about long-term care, and I don't want to be a burden on my family. Or, yeah, I haven't thought about how I pass this money to my kids or the next generation the best way possible. I haven't thought about taxes. I mean, right now, I just let taxes kind of control me. Taxes are something that, every year they come and I'm like, oh, I got to write a check. Well, would you rather, instead of being like, well, let's create a plan so that's not a problem as big as the future? Yeah, right.